night goes on.
Before the video starts, go ahead and swing by to my Big Cartel website where you can buy some cool merchandise. Link is in the description down below. What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. My brother actually wasn't able to start his truck today. We tested it out last night and we're guessing that it's the starter. The starter is bad, so we're going to switch out his starter and go get a new one. Okay, so the truck he drives is a 1999 Ford Ranger. I'm guessing the starter it's somewhere in the transmission in the bottom, so I'm actually gonna have to crawl under and find the starter first. Alright, so before we start taking it out, we gotta disconnect the battery. Just take out the negative terminal. Actually it's pretty tough in there. But yeah, take that out just in case something happens with the starter. We won't damage anything else. Alright, so the starter is actually on the passenger side. Looks like it's connected with these two bolts. There's one here and another one on this side. So I have to unbolt it first, and also the solenoid, its connector, it's on the other end of this starter. So really first simple design. I can actually pull it out. So yeah, let's pull this bad boy out. Alright guys, sorry I couldn't really show you guys the starter because it was like really like a tight spot, but I took it out. There's actually 3 bolts. There's that you had to take out. There's 1, 2, and then the third one. So the starter sits this way. The third one was all the way up top towards the engine, and that was pretty much the most difficult part because I couldn't fit my breaker bar in there. So I actually like used all my force and bam, it snapped open. Actually messed up my elbow, but the starter's out, so we're just gonna go get a new starter and we should be good. Alright guys, I didn't record purchasing the new starter, but here's the new starter. It was around $98. I actually had like my discount, and plus they charge you $18 if you don't bring your other starter, so it's better off taking it out and bringing that certain part, so they won't charge you for the core. But everything's brand new, and we're just gonna put this sucker back in and hopefully the car will turn on. I'm really gonna try to do my best and see if you guys can see the process of me installing the starter, but it's really tight. Like, it's a really tight spot where the starter is located. That's why I couldn't really show you guys how to take it off, but I kind of pointed out where you guys can unscrew it and find the connectors for the power and ground. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best. Dude, where's my... Oh, here we go. We're gonna need this because it's zip tied. All you gotta do is just clip this off. And there is an actual a new ground connector. I guess you can like slip this in, but on this truck it already has the ground connector, so we can just unscrew this and just place the ground in here and tighten it, and that's it. We don't have to really splice anything. Like I said, it's a tight fit. I'm about to screw in the first bolt right here, and then there's another one on this side. I'm gonna screw that one in. And if you want to take a look, the top bolt, which is right there, that top bolt, I have to screw that in too. Pretty much when you place it, it actually sits on itself if you place it correctly, and then all you gotta do is just thread the bolts in. That's pretty much it. After that, you just gotta connect the power and ground, which I don't know if you can see. Could barely see it where my finger's at. That's the ground, and then the top of it is the power. Right there, that's the power. All we have to do is bolt it back on, and it should start up. Alright guys, I mounted everything up. The bolts that hold the starter into the transmission is a 13mm socket, and you need a 10mm socket to take out the power. Well, actually, it's the ground. I'm sorry. The power takes a 13mm bolt as well. But yeah, everything's back in place. I put, if you guys can see, the ground, which is right here. Bolted that up, and yeah, now we can start the car and see if she turns on. Alright, so these are all the tools you need. You need a 13mm socket, 10mm socket, 2 ratchets. I used 2 because the longer one I needed to just for clearance to get the top bolt. and an extension. I believe it's a 2-inch extension. But yeah, that's all you need. So starter bolts are held with a 13mm socket, and the ground, it's the bolt is a 10mm socket. So the ground's a 10mm socket, and everything else is a 13mm socket. Even the power for the starter is a 13mm socket. So that's it. Now we have to do is just start the car up. So I left the keys inside the house, so I have to go get the keys. I left it hanging on the door, so I'm gonna go get the keys, and then we can fire the car up and hopefully it starts. All right, got the keys. Now we can start the car. Hey there, 240. Anyways, this is what we're working on today. But yeah, we're gonna, start the car up. But first, we gotta connect the ground back to the battery. All right, now we have power. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean this off too. But here we go. Moment of truth, guys. Took me maybe 45 minutes to do. But yeah, let's see if it starts right up. All right, here we go. Okay, that's not supposed to happen. All right, so what I'm gonna do is clean out the battery posts and the terminals. Hopefully that solves the problem. I also have an extra battery in my garage, so maybe the battery's bad. Maybe it doesn't have enough juice to crank the car over. So the best thing I'm gonna do right now is clean the battery terminal, and hopefully the car starts. So I do have a spare battery right next to me, but this is the original battery that came with the car. Usually most of the time it's the corrosion's not giving, the terminals are not getting good contact with the battery post. So the best thing you can do is try to clean out the battery post as much as you can. Acid batteries tend to leave a lot of corrosion. That's just the problem with acid batteries. It happens to every car, don't worry about it. And also you gotta clean the battery terminals too. Look how this is all oxidized. This is probably one of the main reasons why it's not getting good power. And also look at the ground cable, it's all it's all corroded. So this usually does take effect with the battery when you try to crank the car over. So I cleaned out the terminals from the inside. I should clean out the outside, but the inside of the terminals are actually really clean. Also clean the post for the battery, and now let's turn it over. Hopefully it does start, and we don't have to take out the starter and check out if we did something else wrong or anything like that. But yeah, here we go. Radio's on, everything's good. Most of the time, with the problem with my brother's car is that, hold on, let me put the music down. Problem with my brother's car is that the space, usually if you want to put it in park, you have to yank it all the way up, but sometimes it gets stuck or something like that. So when you guys try to start the car, if you see this happen, make sure it's all the way at park, because the car won't start because it thinks it's in the gear. So here we go, moment of truth. Hopefully the car starts. All right, so we got power. Just gonna wait. All right, here we go. We're gonna crank it over. All right, so now it probably is the battery. The battery is no good, so I'm gonna put the new battery in and let's see if the car turns over. So the new battery is in. Hopefully the car cranks over. So now I'm gonna put it into the on position. I'm gonna let the car do its thing. I'm gonna wait for the beep to stop. Awesome, she's working really great. So now the car did start, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. It was a bad starter. I'm actually gonna take the original battery to AutoZone or somewhere where they can test it, and hopefully it's a good battery. Usually if it's a bad battery, then we're gonna have problems cranking the car over. But yeah, man, she's good. We can rev it a little bit. Nice, she's running. So that wraps up today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below if you guys are having starting problems. Comment down below, I can help you guys out. Usually it can be your starter or your battery, maybe it can be your alternator, but that's a different step. Usually if it's the alternator, your battery light will come on your dash. That would indicate that your alternator is bad. But if you guys are having any problems like starting your car and stuff like that, just comment down below. I'm more than welcome to help you guys out. I also wanted to mention, please check out my social media or follow me on my social media. You guys can follow me on Instagram or Snapchat. Yeah, if you guys have questions, you guys can contact me there. I'm always active on social media as well. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and like always, see you guys on the next video. Later, dudes.
Want to keep the peace and help people. Give some of this money that I'm making to the people. So if you hating on me, goddamn you evil. And just don't understand, cause I'm flyer than Knievel. Been through a lot of shit, but I keep it on the deep low. Never busting in them streets, but I keep it G though. I ain't in the fairy tales, I'm just me, ho.